Breaking news, California deputy shoots black man. And you're watching MNN Mid-Day. Up to the minute, breaking news from around the world. Good afternoon and welcome to Midday. Our top story. Russia's defense minister said today that it had begun returning troops and military units from annexed Crimea to the permanent bases following a huge buildup near the Ukraine border that had raised concerns in Kiev and the West about risk of war. Russia announced on Thursday it had completed a snap inspection of military drills in its south and west after weeks of tensions with the West over its concentration of tens of thousands of troops near the Ukraine border. Now, Ukraine gave a guarded welcome to the troop drawdown. If Russia really pulls back from the border with Ukraine, the enormous military force it has deployed there, this will already ease tension. And this from Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba. Next up, rescue teams from several countries were battling against the time on Friday to find a missing Indonesian Navy submarine lost in the Bali Sea with 53 crew members, which will be rapidly running out of oxygen if not already crushed by water pressure. Search helicopters and more Navy ships left Bali and a naval base in Java at first light, heading to the area where contact was lost with the 44-year-old KRI Nanggala 4002 class on Wednesday as they prepared to conduct a torpedo drill. The main priority is safety of the 53 crew members. Now, the President, Joko Widodo, said late on Thursday. Indonesian Navy said it was investigating whether the submarine lost power during a dive and could not carry out emergency procedures as it descended to a depth of 600 to 700 meters. Now, this is well beyond its survivability limit, if you should know. Now, an object with high magnetic force had been spotted floating at a depth of 50 to 100 meters, and an aerial search had earlier spotted an oil spill near the submarine's last location. If the submarine was still intact, officials said it would only have enough air to last about another 15 hours into early Saturday morning. Turning stateside, NASA and Elon Musk's commercial rocket company SpaceX launched a new 4-astronaut team on a flight to the International Space Station on Friday. The first crew ever propelled into orbit by a rocket-boosted recycle from a previous spaceflight. The company's Crew Dragon capsule Endeavour streaked into the darkened pre-dawn sky atop the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket as its 9 Merlin engines roared to life at 5:49 a.m. Now, from NASA's Kennedy Space Flight Center at Cape Canaveral. Now, the blast-off was aired live on NASA TV. The crew is due to arrive at the space station, which orbits some 250 miles above Earth, early on Saturday, following a flight of about 23 hours. Now, within 10 minutes of launch, the rocket's second stage had delivered the crew capsule to Earth's orbit, traveling at nearly 17,000 miles per hour. Wow, that is fast. Japan today declared short and powerful states of emergency for Tokyo, Osaka, and 2 other prefectures on Friday as the country struggles to contain a resurgent coronavirus pandemic just 3 months ahead of the Olympics. Under a new state of emergency for April 25th to May 11th, the government will require restaurants, bars, and karaoke parlors serving alcohol to close and big sport events to be held without spectators. Now, breaching the restrictions will in some cases carry penalties under recently revised laws. The health minister indicated we absolutely have to limit the movement of people, and we have to do this decisively. He said we need powerful, short, and focused measures. He said asking people to remember the lockdowns of last spring and to stay at home at all cost. Next up, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies suffered hefty losses today on concerns that the U.S. President Joe Biden's plan to raise capital gains taxes will curb investment in digital assets. The sell-off came after reports that Biden administration is planning a draft of proposed changes to the U.S. tax code, including a plan to nearly double taxes on capital gains to 39.6% for people earning more than $1 million. Now, Bitcoin, the biggest and most popular cryptocurrency, slumped 5% to $48,886, falling below the $50,000 mark for the first time since early March, while smaller rivals, that's Ether and XRP, fell around 7%. The tax plan jolted markets, prompting investors to book profits in stocks and other risk assets, which have rallied massively on hopes of a solid economy recover. And finally this hour, Honda Motor Corporation is aiming to increase its ratio of electric vehicles and fuel cell vehicles to 100% of all sales by 2040. That's amazing. The chief executive said on Friday, speaking at his first news conference since taking the helm of Japan's second largest automaker at the beginning of April. Now, Mibe said the company supported the government's green goals. He says, I believe it is the responsibility of an automaker to achieve our carbon-free goal on a tank-to-wheel basis. Now, Mibe said this in the meeting. The company expects EVs and FCVs to account for 40% of sales by 2030 and 80% by 2035 in all major markets, including North America and China. Now, for Midday, this is Charles Rivers. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.